Hey, what's going on? This is Andre from AndreSanders.net. What's the difference between inheritance versus a legacy? Something I picked up from someone in my morning mindset call who's very successful in real estate, and something that he got from his dad is inheritance is something that you leave to someone. A legacy is something that you leave in someone. A good example of this is, since I'm a huge follower of what he's been doing the last for several years, but myself only been picking up from what he's been doing like just for a few years is Robert Kiyosaki. If people get a chance to just read a lot of his books, he's big into financial education. Now, even before he wrote the first book that came out in '97, Rich Dad Poor Dad. He and his wife Kim were already teaching financial education well before that book came out. You see what I'm saying? Well before the company was even came about. Rich Dad Company came about, and it's just something as far as leaving us a legacy. Because think about it, it's really in you. You might be asking, okay, how? Well, he has so many different things on his website as far as his podcast. He loves to give out, as far as different free PDFs as well. Still on financial education, and obviously as well with those podcasts, he also interviews a lot of people that are successful in different areas of life. So it's not just one particular industry. It's so many different industries, celebrities, professional athletes, financial experts, doctors, whatever, just name it, teachers, you name it, professors. So, and then on top of that, he also has his cash flow game as well. And the thing about that is, again, it goes back to what I just stated a few moments ago as far as leaving financial education. He's big on that. And I think he also interviewed somebody as far as, when he's long and gone, that person that he interviewed said, well, that will still be ongoing because of the legacy part. That's what he left as far as just the knowledge. There's so many other people too that we can go down the line with as well. As far as the same example, Napoleon Hill, as far as this education, as far as this is philosophy in general. As far as success principles, Jim Rohn is another one. Zig Ziglar, and the list can go on and on and on. You see what I'm saying? Unlike, an inheritance. Not saying it's bad, because we know as an inheritance, something that you can leave for someone. Like if you have kids, you're like, oh, I want to leave an inheritance for my kids. But that's something that obviously is, materialistic. But the legacy is, again, it's kind of interesting metaphor for the both words. Is again what you leave in someone. So think about it. If you have, if you do have kids and if you left a good legacy, if you do have an inheritance that you leave them, they won't go and blow it. Point blank. Let's say if you choose to go into financial education, not saying that's the only way, but again, if you leave a good inheritance to them, they won't just go and blow it. Unlike the statistics saying, like as far as rich people and their kids, and then come down to the grandkids, the money's completely gone. I think by like 2 generations. You see what I'm saying? So something that's really keep in mind between the difference between inheritance and legacy. Again, it's a good metaphor for both of the words, and it's pretty interesting too. But it's a good way to just keep that in mind, because that is real true as far as the difference between just leaving something that's material, something that's within somebody that they just have that knowledge. So if you got value for what we shared here, I'd love to read your comments below. I'd like to say this video. And with that being said, I will see you next video.